Hey everyone, it's Kathryn Stelljes with the Think Live Be team at Keller Williams Realty at the Parks in downtown Orlando, and I'm here with your monthly market update. So we are looking at the stats for January. We get these numbers on about the 15th of the month for the previous month, so we're always looking a little bit back in history when we're talking about the real estate market. So we have some bad news on the front for January. It's the highest level of inventory we've had in a very long time and the lowest number of sales. So we ended January with just over 1,500 home sales. That's the lowest since 2009. That's really important because if you're selling your home right now, you might feel like we'll have to adjust the price, or things might not be moving as quickly as what your expectations were. That's because the market has shifted and we have so much available inventory. We have the highest available inventory we've had in 10 years, since 2015, with just over 11,500 homes available for sale. So that supply-demand imbalance means that we are in a buyer's market. We have officially shifted. It's 7.73 months of available inventory, which means if no new houses came on the market, it would take almost 8 months to sell everything. That is a very stark difference compared to where we've been these last few years. Last year was pretty much a balanced market all year, roughly around 4 months of inventory. So that's almost double. Now, January is typically seasonally a low month of sales, so it's not that surprising, but you need to understand that's the lowest since 2009. So that's not just sort of slower, that's drastically different than what we've been experiencing the last 4 or 5 years. So if you're selling your home, here's what you need to know though. The prices are the highest they've ever been. So even though there's more inventory and there's less buyers, the average and median sales price went up last month. So the median sales price year over year was 4.17% higher. That's a normal appreciation rate. So even though things have slowed, the prices are still the strongest you're ever going to get. So don't be discouraged. You'll have to negotiate. I mean, we're not miracle workers and buyers are not going to just pay whatever you want. However, you're going to get a great price if you're selling your home. As a buyer, understand that you have more negotiating power than you have had in like over a decade. There's more available options for you to choose from, and you have the ability now to get repairs, to get credits, things like that going. So, but it depends on what location you're in. These are average numbers across Central Florida, the Orlando metro. So if you're looking in a very desirable location where there's not a lot of inventory and there are more buyers, you're not going to experience what I'm talking about today. That's why it's so important to work with an agent that knows the market and really can advise you what's the market that you're entering into, because it's not all just the same across the board. We live in very different areas. When you're talking about downtown Orlando versus Winter Garden, Lake Mary, across Central Florida is going to be different. So give us a call if you're thinking about buying or selling in 2025, because here's the thing, this is January. What typically starts to happen is the season picks up in the next month or so. So what we're seeing for January might be like these kind of scary numbers, but we should start to see things pick up again, which means if you're a buyer, now's your opportunity to find a house and get a good deal. And if you're a seller, people always ask me what's the best time of year to sell. Obviously, it's personal. It's what time of year is right for you. But if you have the luxury of waiting, spring and summer do typically bring higher sales prices along with them because there's more demand. So we had the lowest demand we've ever seen, but the good news is that pending sales at the end of January were pretty good. There was about 3,200 pending sales. So although we only had 1,500 homes that sold, we had twice as many that went under contract or were pending at the end of the month. That's indicating that this was just a little blip and we'll probably kind of get back to balanced once the spring, summer market starts to heat up. So again, call us with any questions about your real estate needs. Everybody's situation is different. Every little market, local market is different. Call us today at 407-982-7240 and we'd be happy to help you figure out what market you're in.